What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror film review. Well, today's another horror comedy. Today we're going to be talking about Sundown, the Vampire Retreat. It was released by Vestron Pictures May 18th, 1989, right before they went belly up. Uh, Bankrupt. Yeah. It stars David Carradine, Maxwell Caulfield, Morgan Brittany, Bruce Campbell, and Jim Metzer, and written by John Burgess, produced by Jefferson Recruity, and written and directed by Anthony Hickox, he's the guy who directed Waxwork and Waxwork 2 Lost in Time. He also did like Warlock the Armageddon, Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth, Submerged, and a couple other films. This had a box office earnings of $2.8 million. It was, or I think it was just released on home video, so yeah, but yeah, it wasn't that big of a success at the time, so yeah. But Sundown, the Vampire Retreat. Well, this is a interesting little comedy because a family goes on basically a road trip because the dad gets asked to, he's an engineer and he gets asked to help fix a some weird plasma plant thing. And basically, when they get there, they realize there's something fishy going on. There, most the townspeople are acting odd and stuff. And lo and behold, throughout the film, they slowly realize that the town's actually inhabited by vampires. Now, half of these vampires are normal vampires that drink blood and stuff, and the other half don't want to be vampires and protest against it and stuff. So there's like an internal war sort of going on, and yeah, and they're caught in the middle of it. Yeah, this is actually a surprisingly really entertaining film. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of fun aspects of it. The comedy is pretty funny. Some of it can be a little dry humor in it and not for everyone, but yeah, there is some good dark horror vampire scenes and stuff. There's some pretty funny and amusing stop motion type bat effects in it. Bat effect in it and stuff. And the ending like action scene was really well put together and stuff. I really enjoyed that. I thought the characters were somewhat not cohesive, I guess, and not really well fleshed out, but for what it was an entertaining popcorn flick. Definitely amusing, a lot of fun, especially if you they're totally against like the Twilight style vampire films and things like that, shows of that nature and stuff. This one is definitely one to go more, and it's a lighthearted film. It's not super dark or scary or anything like that. It's just a good action vampire film with a lot of humor mixed in with it. And Bruce Campbell does a really good job in it. And overall the acting is really good in it as well. I really enjoyed that. But I thought the story was pretty amusing. But it gets a little convoluted like halfway through. But for the most part, it was a decent film. The cinematography looked pretty good too. It was really well shot. It's shot sort of like a western, so and you have that western sort of feel to it, but you also have sort of like the old full moon, like living in a mansion castle type feel as well, and makes it all really entertaining and a good movie. I think this movie is quite underrated, to be honest, and I think a lot more people should check it out. Um, I know some people aren't really into vampire films. Like I'm not huge in vampire films either, but um, yeah, I still really enjoyed this one. So I'm glad I checked it out, and I thought I should post my thoughts on here about it. So yeah, Sundown, the Vampire Retreat, pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. There is a lot of good practical effects in it too. So if you're into that stuff, definitely check this one out. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, there's a trailer link down below, like always, if it sounds like something you're interested in. And also, down below is my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories, I have the film title, hashtag, and subgenre film, the hashtag, so you're aware of it. So, yeah, you follow me there to see what's coming up. And also, link down below is my Letterbox at Derek Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. Yeah, so follow me on one of those two platforms. Stay on this channel, like this video, share somewhere people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. Also, if you have any other films or film franchises that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can and if I can find them. And don't forget to subscribe because hopefully we find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together, something like this. And so you hear my opinions on classic films, popular films coming out at the times, and other things as well. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell because I got one other horror comedy to review, and that's Fido. I heard a lot of good things about it. I've never seen it, so I'm gonna check that one out in the next review. So make sure you ring the bell, and that's it for this one. So watch out for all those crazy vampires fighting over if they should drink blood or not in your area. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.